Hello and welcome to Chuck's Diecast Car and Model Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at this particular car. This is a car that I seriously doubt you've seen, at least most of you, because there was only one of these ever made. This is the Ferrari 512S Modulo, and it was a concept car built by Pininfarina back in about 1970. This particular model is made by Politoys, as you can see, and it's in roughly 1/43rd scale. I don't think this is an exact scale model. I just bought this model off of eBay. It wasn't in the greatest sort of shape here. It has, you know, like these cracks here and the sort of shabby looking windshield. It was originally in yellow with a with this sort of red stripe here being silver, which is all incorrect. So I actually went ahead and took it apart, stripped off the yellow paint, repainted it white, and then of course painted the silver stripe red to make it look more like the original, although it's not exactly correct. There's a, you know, this is supposed to be black in here, and there's another dark area there underneath the doors there and all that sort of stuff. But it is as close as I'm willing to do it, because I'll probably screw up the model more if I do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the car itself. As I said, this is a concept car built by Pininfarina. It's called a 512S because it is built on the chassis of a Ferrari 512S Le Mans car. So this car does have 550 horsepower out of that V12. However, this car did not even move until recently because it was just put together as a concept car. Was, you know, designed to be just pushed up onto a platform for you to look at and admire, and then it was pushed back into a trailer and taken to the next show or whatever. So it never was actually a running car until fairly recently. The car was bought by a man by the name of James Glickenhaus, who is a rather wealthy gentleman who also owns a Ferrari P4, which is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful race cars of all time. He also commissioned Pininfarina to build a car that he called the P45 on the chassis of an Enzo, which you'll probably want to take a look at, because I think that is just absolutely a most spectacular looking car, which both this car and the Ferrari P45 and that Ferrari P4 I got to see at Pebble Beach. And I actually got to meet James Glickenhaus, who is actually a pretty nice guy. Super nice guy. He introduced me to his wife and kid, and, you know, it was very chatty, and he seemed to be having a great time there at Pebble Beach, which, I mean, it's hard not to have a great time at Pebble Beach, but he was enjoying himself. But let's go ahead and take a look at this model itself here, okay? First of all, when it comes to this model, notice here these black areas. These are actually holes. These are cutouts to allow clearance for the tires in the real car, okay? Because it's so low. I mean, you think that a Ferrari GT40 is low at 40 inches. This car is 38 inches high. So it needs these cutouts just in order to have clearance for the tires. It is crazy to see. 38-inch high car. I mean, it barely reaches your inseam, you know. It is that low. So, of course, when a car is that low, you got to do something to make it easier to get inside the car. So here's what Pininfarina did here, okay? And I'm glad that it actually works on the model here. This whole area, the windshield and the roof, are hinged and pull forward to open up. so you can get inside. It is a crazy thing to see. Okay. It's not very practical because, of course, you have to kind of climb onto the seat to get in. But then again, concept cars of the 70s were not exactly designed to be practical. They were more designed to show off the imagination of the car designers themselves and just to pull people into the car shows, basically. So it is really, really neat to see that. The other thing is, of course, it is based off a Le Mans car, so it is mid-engine, and it is underneath this engine cover here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that there. There it is, the 5-liter V12. And these velocity stacks here are sort of a gold color, but in something that you would sort of expect more from a George Barris, funky concept car, or, just weird hot rod of George Barris's from the 60s. The velocity stacks are not gold in color. They are actually made of clear plexiglass, so it's really, really neat to see. Now, as I said, this car was not made to be in running condition until, Mr. Glickenhaus did restore it, and after buying it and put it into running condition. So it was really neat to see this car out on the Pebble Beach display there, and to hear that engine go, because heck, a Ferrari V12 motor from the 1960s sounds pretty insane. Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review of this most unusual car, and if so, just go ahead and please like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.